All right, we're back for real. I'm waiting for Johnny to get back in here. We had a little bit of technical issues. Anyways, as I was saying, we're doing sponsorships now. All right. If you have a business that's looking for some good advertising at a really inexpensive price, make sure you get with me. The advertisements are going to look kind of something like this. And basically, what you will get is everything that you're going to see here. Okay. And sorry, I'm sharing this at the same time. To get like the return that you would get for the cost of these ads, you'd have to have like somebody who has a really, really high level Facebook background, Facebook ads background, because our ads are going to be just as competitive as those. So if you want to support me, obviously you can go to nogination.com, and it's the home of Wicked Warrior Coffee, as well as all my fun shit on there. So I'm gonna throw this on the screen. You guys can kind of take a look as we go through this. NogiNation.com. We got all these Baby Yoda mugs and rash guards. We got the Pay Up Bitches coffee from Wicked Warrior, where you're able to help out the fighters. We got plenty of sick shirts on here. Number one bullshit, always be checking oil, all that fun shit. Jiu-Jitsu and chill, our classic Nogi Nation shirts and all that fun shit. We also have the coffee and rash guards. Wicked Warrior Coffee is now on NogiNation.com. You can get any of these blends, Costa Rica, Colombia, Brazil, our cold brew, as well as some mugs. Look, I'm actually on that mug right there. So if you want to support me right now, go ahead and get something from wickedwarrior.com, and that would be greatly appreciated. Also, shout out to my buddy Scott Weaver at Dark Relic Co. If you like knives and sharp things and hammers that will, cause great bodily harm to someone, go check out darkrelico.com. Here we are. Awesome products. He's making custom war hammers. He's got these skull piercers on here. He's got a whole bunch of stuff. He's actually doing knives now. He's got steel coming in tomorrow, so he's got custom homemade knives, handmade by artisan craftsman himself, that are going to be for sale on his website as well. So that's darkrelico.com. And again, if you're looking to get some good advertisement for your business, this is where you go, right here on the podcast. Anyways, I'm going to bring our guest on today, Johnny Buck. Buck, what's up, my man?
What's going on, man? So I checked that Dark Relic stuff out a while ago. That's just pretty dope.
Yeah, dude, he's
good,
he's
man.
One of my
just
students.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, you're good. I think it was a delay or some shit. My computer's retarded.
Shit happens. So how you holding up with all the shit?
Good, man. Just ran paychecks for our guys. All of our full-time guys are getting paid. So we're doing what we can. We got a great group of people at the gym. We lost a bunch of members, but it's because our town is ran purely on fucking tourism with no industry. So, when that's the case, like there's no fucking jobs, and they shut everything down. So, but we had a great support group. I'm really at the point where I don't give a shit what they say. We're gonna open up again soon. So,
Yeah, I'm kind of at the same point too. And I mean, we're in a real similar place. I'm down here in Florida where 90% of the industry is fucking tourism, so all the bartenders are fucking laid off. Half of my guys work in the restaurant industry, so not making any fucking money right now.
Yeah, it's a weird fucking case for sure, man. I've never understood. I'm super pro fucking industrialization and, not polluting the whole goddamn universe. But hey, listen, sustainable lives. There's no chance you're going to make a fucking 30-year career slinging coffee. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, totally.
You're not going to make fucking 30 years at a restaurant unless you work up through management, yada, yada, yada. I know a bunch of people working plants and shit. It's nothing I could fucking do. I'd lose my goddamn mind. At 13, my dad told me I was unhireable before he fired me repeatedly over the next fucking 10 years. But, yeah, it's a weird thing, man. I ended up doing this gym because I can't do anything else. And now I can't do the fucking gym. So it's turning up. I just got my my loan come through. So we'll be up and running, and I can keep my guys paid, get my fucking rent paid. and just keep moving forward. So
Yeah, I just paid my fucking rent today, and I was like, listen, dude, I've been closed for 5 weeks. Like, I can sustain this gym myself without income for a while, but it's like at a certain point, I'm gonna get fucking tired of this. So it's like, you better start working with me. And when I'm fucking closed, either like cut me a break. Like, I have no problem throwing the months that we're closed on the back end of our lease.
Yeah,
you know? So we still
that's reasonable.
paid. Yeah, exactly. And I totally understand from his perspective too. Like, they're not freezing mortgages yet, so he still has to pay his mortgage. But
yeah,
when there's no money coming, it's just a shit scenario, you know?
that's the thing about it. So like my landlord, I'm not gonna say he's cool. He's a fucking idiot, but he's actually a simpleton. Let's just be honest about it. But he's a serial failed entrepreneur. But he was cool. He said, "Hey, just pay me when you can." And then like 3 days later, he goes, "Hey, do you have the money?" I'm like, we just had this fucking conversation. But the same thing I'm doing with my members is what he can do, because his family owns that fucking building. His dad bought it and all that shit, so it doesn't cost him anything but fucking taxes. But I told my members, hey, listen, I know like we can't open a gym. And I did a video. I put it on my YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, listen, I was like, if you can afford to keep paying, keep fucking paying, because the gym that you go to every fucking night or every morning or both, that you rely on for like your stress relief, your workouts, the fucking biggest thing is the community, man. Like, if you stop paying because you're scared, that fucking gym won't be there when you get out. And that's not just my gym. You know, I'm fortunate. I work with Alan Belcher and those guys, Common Business Success. So I had savings, and I just fucking transferred $1,000 over from savings to my payroll side. You know, and because of those guys, I can do that. But like a lot of gyms, they can't float that shit. They, you know, like if you just started, you're fucked, man. Like, enjoy your 3-year lease that you're still in fucking debt on for the next 3 years. So, you know, it's cool seeing the support for local groups. I had people hit me up like, hey man, I'll pay somebody's membership. You know,
yeah,
that doesn't go.
That.
Yeah, I can't do that. It's fucking against my nature. Like,
Yeah.
I'll go suck dick or some shit. That's less annoying to me than fucking taking money.
That's how I fucking feel right now too, because it's like we're in a weird limbo, because I don't know when the government's gonna technically let us open back up, and I'm still planning on like getting back open here sometime soon. And it's like, on one hand, we're fine financially. On the other hand, I'm going fucking stir crazy because I feel like a piece of shit because I don't have income coming in. You know, my wife's still working and shit like that. So I'm fucking, and we're super fortunate because like she has a great job and she makes a good salary. So like all our home expenses are totally covered, and all our gym expenses, because we're not fucking morons. Like, we started up knowing that we may not turn a profit for fucking a couple years, you know?
Yeah.
So we've been ready for this kind of shit. I feel like it's hard because, yes, the small gyms are going to lose and they're going to die out too. But the big gyms, they have this crazy overhead. Like, I know a lot of gyms that have like $20,000, $30,000 in overhead. And if they have it diversified, kind of like you have and shit like that, they're not going to be able to do the shit at all, you know?
Dude, right before this shit popped off, so we hit just shy of 200 members.
Nice.
And we average, just say 125 per person. So we're making fucking good money.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, we have 38 fucking people in class. We have 35 people in class. Our legal capacity is 34. But I'm like, you guys don't understand jiu-jitsu. Like, we're on top of each other. That's like half a person. So, and I'm like, we're going to get a bigger fucking space. I'm at 1,900 square feet now. I got a 19 by 67 mat. I got bags in the back, which fuck up rolling, but our Muay Thai classes are fucking 35, 38 deep.
Yeah.
So, you know, we have to have those things. I'm like, fuck it, we're going to get a bigger spot. And I went and I started the paperwork and I started looking at places and negotiating, and I'm super glad I didn't fucking get in, you know, but it's one of those things that I'd have told the landlord to go fuck himself. Just, you know, it's because I have to take care of my people first. And that's something that people don't realize. Like, I took a fucking pay cut today. You know, I made sure my guys got their hours, you know, and because, you know, I have other income sources. I've got, you know, catchwrestling.ninja, and I've got the online stores and, you know, just different things I do. But, you know, it's chaos, man. And the death rate is so goddamn low. It's hard for me to just justify it. Like, that's the thing about it, you know?
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy because even like you said, the death rates are low, and it's so fucking hard to make a decision because there's so many numbers out there from so many different sources, and nobody knows what the fuck is going on, you know? So like, obviously we don't. Yeah, exactly. No one knows what's going on.
like you don't know what the fuck to do about it, And the thing is, like, so, and this is what's crazy to me. So we've had in my county, we've got like 219,000 people. We've had 3 people die, and people are going, well, those people, less people died because of our quarantine. I'm like, well, the fucking 3 people who died are all 60 years old or older and have underlying health conditions. Like they're gonna fucking die anyways. But I've got 7 different people who, since I've started my gym, who either wrote me letters or fucking notes or private messages saying, "Hey, I haven't killed myself because of this gym.
Yeah.
I didn't kill. You know what? Fuck you. Like if you die because you're fat and unhealthy and you have COPD, something that you can't help. Like, but you know what? Fuck it, dude. That's the thing. Like the people who are coming to my gym are healthy. The people who are coming to the gym are fuck you, I'm crazy as shit. This is the best I've ever, well, until this fucking month. This is the best I've ever felt mentally. Like it's the most money I've ever fucking made. It's the least work I've ever done. If I put that fucking miserable hours and hours and hours and days in before. But like, when I get these messages, I ask my members, like, why, what's your favorite part about Rogue Combat? I was in a very dark place, before I came in. I almost didn't come into the gym that day. But because you guys called me and said, "Hey, are you going to be here?" I came in, and ever since I've been in a better place. Like to me, that's fucking way more valuable than the 0.0000014% chance that you're going to fucking die. Like that's just how I look at it. Is it selfish? Maybe, but
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, in tough times, you got to look out for yourself, look out for your family and the people you're close with. Like, I mean, I do realize this is something that's serious because one of my students works in the hospitals. He's an ER nurse, and he was on the crash cart of a 28-year-old that died with no pre-existing conditions from this shit.
Yeah.
So like, it is killing young people and healthy people, but it still seems like a relatively low rate of mortality, and I mean, we're 2 fucking morons talking about this shit. So like, take everything we say with a grain of salt. But I mean, it is super hard to justify because exactly what you're saying. Like, this is mental health for a lot of people, and this is community. And for a lot of my students, this is where they go and they make their friends and where they get their release. Otherwise they go home, they're single, they have their dogs, they fucking cook dinner, they go to bed when they get done from work if they don't come to class. So like, there is a lot of shit going on right now with the mental side where, I mean, I think the US probably has one of the worst mental health rates probably in the world, It's
fucking abysmal. When I transitioned from my full-time job to the gym, I got a rehab job. I was a babysitter basically. Yeah. I did fitness at a drug and alcohol rehab place. And anything I do, I want to be fucking good at, or at least understand what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yep.
So I started looking into alcohol and drug abuse and the things that were, and this was not fucking state order. This was like $1,000 a day shit. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, the one common fucking factor I found across the board was mental health issues. Like they hated themselves. They hated the situation. And, nobody's going to fucking put a heroin needle in their arm because they're in a good place. Like, it just doesn't fucking make sense. I may or may not get high because I want to, if only when I'm in legal states, not North Carolina. But, yeah, we have a serious fucking mental health problem. And now I'm more aware of it. When I drive down the road, I see that fucking crazy black dude with the giant Jinko pants on and the fucking dirty ass shirt from the 90s. I'm like, you know what? That dude's fucking crazy. Like, that's what it is. Like, yeah, he's probably fucking drunk because it's 9 a.m. and he has 240s. But I'm like, you know what? The reason he's drinking that is because he's fucking nuts. Like there's something wrong with his fucking brain. And we should address that instead of fucking addressing, hey, let's put that fucking drunk in jail. Hey, let's fix the fucking the problem,
Yeah, 100%. And I think so often people are too likely to just medicate rather than deal with the root of the problem. And I mean, exercise obviously has tremendous. Yeah, man, it has a tremendous effect on your dopamine levels, getting yourself just healthier in general, and your body imbalances. Like, dude, I come from a family filled with alcoholics and drug addicts, and like, yeah. I mean, I probably drink too much, but I don't think I'm an alcoholic, and that's probably because of jiu-jitsu, wrestling, fucking MMA, because I have something to get up in the morning and
absolutely
do every day. Like I can't imagine where the fuck I would be if I didn't have this shit.
Well, let's say my dad just passed a few weeks ago, and it was liver cancer, and he had in the 70s, he did heroin, so he got hepatitis C. And then he drank a case of beer a day minimum for fucking 50 years or some shit. So that's hell on your liver, by the way.
Yeah.
And his dad was alcoholic. My mom fucking drinks, entirely too much and more now than she should. But you're right, dude. And we're similar when it comes to that aspect. And a lot of athletes are similar when it comes to this aspect. Like when I have so I fought MMA. I wrestled middle school through college, fought MMA. I fought at 170, which I walk around, like right now I'm 225 and I'm not fat. But like when if I didn't have a fight coming up or something scheduled, I was fucking partying. I was just doing all kinds of, I was 230. I was a fat tub of shit. 230 before I cut back to 170 because I had no direction and nothing to do, And at that time, I was early 20s, mid 20s. I'm like, fuck, dude. I was trying to fight the demons realistically. And like, I'm going to work harder than everybody else. I'm going to be fucking stronger, meaner, tougher. And that was why I fought. It wasn't, now I train because I love it. I train because it gives me a different place of mental clarity. Like that's the thing. I go to therapists now and I do all these things, and I don't like meditation. I think meditation's dumb for me. One, I can't fucking do it, but I guess I could if I wanted to. But like the only time my brain shuts off is when I'm rolling. Like no matter how hard it is, no matter, your brain shuts off. And I've done it for so long. People when we're rolling, hey, what'd you do just now? Like, what? How'd you get there? I'm like, how'd I get where from what? How'd you choke me like that? I'm like, where was I before? It just goes. I'm in a fucking state. And that's like, to me, that's the best fucking part about training. Like, yeah, you're going to get in shape. Yes, you're going to learn fucking self-defense skills and all that bullshit. But you're going to do a workout that makes your body feel, well, usually until you, like me and you, but until your body feels better and your fucking mind feels better. Like when I was traveling a lot, I went down to, I was gone for 4 days. I didn't train at all because I was fucking traveling. And my girlfriend was like, yo, go fucking work out. You're an asshole. Like I'd answer the phone like, what? Fuck, man. So, and that's the biggest thing. Like that's the biggest concern I have about the gym is the mental health of people who depend on this place. And it's tough to put a balance on that. Like, well, they may get coronavirus and fucking die. I'm like, well, you don't make it kill themselves too,
Yeah. And it sucks because like at the end of the day, we're all going to fucking die anyways, so there's no point really living in fear, and that's like, obviously we want to mitigate the risks of dying early and doing something stupid, but I mean, you and I are fucking retards. We're going to die anyways. Yeah. Like, I mean, I just hate this. Everybody's being so fearful of everything, like.
Yeah. So I was talking to a friend of mine and she's in my business group. And the thing is, fear is not a long-term human emotion. That's the thing about it. If you watched like, oh shit, we're all gonna get fucking corona and die. And I was resistant to it in the beginning. I'm like, well, until I've got a biology education degree, so I'm very science minded. Like by no means am I a fucking high level biologist or whatever, but I understand just the gist. So if you just go, oh my God, the corona, I'm like, all right, well, let me see some data, then we'll worry about it. I'm like, oh, cool. And then I'm looking at numbers, I'm like, there's this many fucking cases, and then they probably had this shit here in December or January at the earliest or latest. I'm like, and people have cared. So we have 40,000 cases, X amount of people died. We probably have 2, maybe 3 times as many cases that we didn't know about. It's just tough for me to fucking do those things. But even at one point, I was like, you know what? Maybe this quarantine thing's not a bad idea. Because fear did set in, and I wasn't afraid for. And my dad was still alive at the time. My mom's older. I'm like, I don't want to expose them. So that's the thing. Once my dad took a turn for the worse, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to go see anybody. He's going to die anyway, so I'm going to fucking expose him to corona if I have it, and we'll see what it is. But then anger came, and that's where I'm at now, and it's tough to get beyond that because you can be mad for fucking years. Like, your first girlfriend that did you dirty when you were in fucking, like, 8th grade, you're still mad at that bitch. Like, you can do that for your entire life, but you can't be afraid forever. And until we have some kind of solution or answer or something, I'm like, anger is just going to take over. And now people, like, you're worried about the fucking, let's just say it's 5% death rate. It's insanely high, but let's say it's 5% death rate. So you've got 5% of people dying, which that would suck, it's however many people in this country. But you know what? The percentage of people who are losing their jobs, and like you said, mortgages aren't being fucking put on hold. I was like, bills aren't being put on hold. The power company here goes, hey, you still owe money, but we're not going to shut your shit off. I'm like, now you come back from that in fucking 8 weeks or whatever, Hey, now you owe fucking 2 months power. Oh, and you haven't worked. Oh, and now your fucking power shut off. And now your fucking house is gone. And now your fucking car is gone. Like that's to me, that's a bigger fucking risk for me. That's what I think about.
Yeah, I definitely agree, man. And I mean, I'm on the same page when it comes to anger. I fucking woke up angry today. I started messaging my guys. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking go to the woods, find out where these congressmen live. Like, let's fucking release the coronavirus at Congress and get this shit all fucking figured
Yeah.
out. But,
Oh, dude. I
Yeah.
delete my Facebook app every fucking day because I'll get on there and it's habit, I start scrolling through that motherfucker and I want to argue with fucking stupid people. I'm like, well, arguing with them is not going to do anything. I've changed maybe in my entire life, I've changed 2 people's opinions on Facebook. And then I started reading like research. I research all kinds of stupid shit, but I researched like, why facts don't change people's opinions because they don't fucking care. You can find like Scott Epstein, Einstein. Me and him go back and forth all the time. I love that fucking dude, but he's a vegan and he's fucking got brain damage because of it. But like for every one study he shows me, I can show him 10 the other way, and vice versa. That's the thing about it. Like, and the complete and utter lack of understanding of science in this country is fucking mind-boggling. Like, it just fucking makes me nuts. So that's why I delete Facebook, because it makes me a worse person.
Yeah, dude.
And the news. God damn the fucking news.
Yeah, I don't even watch the news. Like, and Facebook, I'm not really on that much. I do it a little bit for like this kind of stuff and some business aspects, but I'm not fucking scrolling through it. Like, my wife gets so fucking pissed off because she goes through. It's like, look at all these morons. I'm like, look, you can't fucking change it. Like,
no, you can kill them.
Yeah,
kill them.
Yeah, and that's what I keep telling her. I'm like, hey, make a list. When this purge happens, we're stacked and ready to go.
Yeah, dude. Let's see. So I'll back up a little bit. Talk about the news making me fucking miserable. Like 2 years ago, me and my ex-girlfriend split. Because I can't keep my fucking dick in my pants. It's a problem I have. But so I moved into my gym for 2 days. Then my fucking mom found out. Said, hey, you can move home for fucking 90 days. That's it. And I'm like, fuck, okay. So, and then I'm like, I'm just an angry fucking person. But I was in a better place. Like, me and my ex-girlfriend should have split fucking 3 years earlier. And I was in a better place. I'm with my girlfriend now. And the gym was doing real well. It was growing like a motherfucker. And I was just fucking angry. And I couldn't figure out why. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm watching the news every morning with my parents. I'm like, fuck the news. Yeah. So I quit watching the news. And I realized, like, damn, I'm a better fucking person because of that. But so now I'm in my house now, which is like 90 seconds from my parents, so it's kind of nice. But like I'm in my office, my fucking man cave. Dude, I've got a fucking AR over there. I've got 2 rifles over there. I've got a fucking box of fucking gun parts over there and a shitload of ammo. I'm like, yeah, fucking let's go. Purge, let's go. I'm done with this shit.
Yeah, dude, I'm ready for a fucking book of loot right now. But
yeah.
All right, so let's get off this Corona shit.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, no, it's good, dude. It's fucking what's going on. It's like,
I know
it's on everybody's mind, so we got to talk about it a little bit. But fucking people want to know about you. So
yep.
Let's talk about your wrestling background before we get into your MMA and your business aspect. You wrestled at the Citadel, right?
Yeah. So I started wrestling in 8th grade because my dad wrestled in intramurals in high school. And he goes, hey, man, it's a great workout. It'll keep you in shape for football. In Western North Carolina, like, man, everybody's going to play fucking Division I. Everybody's going to go to the NFL. I think the biggest I ever was in high school was like 195 pounds and 5'10". And I ran like a 4.5. I ran a 4.6, so I was pretty quick. But dude, I played fucking D tackle, so zero chance of me going to the NFL. And so I started wrestling 8th grade to get in shape. I didn't take it serious until my junior year, realistically. And then I got in. I was going in the Army. I had all my fucking paperwork filled out. Had a doctor shove his finger up my ass for some reason. It was a weird dental experience, but whatever. And then I got a phone call. Hey, do you want to wrestle in college? I'm like, yeah, cool. There's a Citadel military school, so it kind of aligned with my initial plan. And then I wrestled 5 years there. I did fairly well. Being young and stupid, I got into a fight at a house party and shattered the whole right side of my face. Oh, I was wrestling 174 that year, and then I wrestled heavyweight for the next 2 years. Did pretty well there, and then I went down to 197. And so I did that. And during that time, I got into catch wrestling. And it was my middle school wrestling coach, Michael Allen Cornbread, middle school and high school, like summer coach. He goes, Johnny, he goes, you coming home in the summer? Yeah. He goes, what's up? He goes, I want you to come do catch wrestling. It's similar enough to college wrestling. You'll get something out of it, but it's different enough you won't get burnt out. And I'm like, fuck it, too. Cool, I'll go in there. And I went in there. I got fucking heel hooked 7,000 times my first night. Like zero fucking understanding what's going on. My ankle the next day was this fucking big because that's just how we trained back then. And I was hooked. And 3 months later, I had my first MMA fight. I fought a club boxer out of Chapel Hill. And, dude, it was fucking amazing. But that was really it. But, yeah, I wrestled in college. That's been the biggest base of all of my grappling. It's something I joke about. Like, I've spent more of my life on the mat than off of it at this point, because I'm getting old. But, yeah, that's a big thing. I've had a huge wrestling background, and I think that's the biggest part of my game. Even though I play almost exclusively off my back in the gym to level up my game, fuck, dude. It's like if you can't wrestle, you can't do shit, in my opinion.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy how much the similarities are between us. Because I mean, when you look at us, if we stood fucking right next to each other, we look like fucking brothers. One,
yeah.
And two, we have the exact same fucking game. When I'm in the gym, I'm constantly just on my back. But when it comes down to fighting and fucking competition, I'm on top of you trying to fucking smother your ass down. It's fucking crazy, and people don't really see. You're one of the guys, and I had Joel Bain on yesterday, nice. And I had what's his face, Jake Shannon on the day before, and we were kind of talking about how the purists are fucking everything up for everyone,
Yes.
And not just in catch, but in everything in general, we can't be purists anymore. You talk about yourself, you got a high level wrestling background, but you're constantly starting on your back to fix your holes,
Yeah. Well, the thing people fuck up is there's two ways to look at it. And BMAC, Brandon McCaffrey, has been a huge part of my game, or evolution. Is I'm good at taking people down. I can take down everybody in my gym whenever the fuck I please. Even really bad takedowns. I've watched my matches. I'm like, holy fuck, I can't believe that worked. Or I'll miss it because it's a fucking out of 100% effort, it's 6% effort. I'm like, oh, I miss it. Then I put 20% effort and take them down. So in competition is different. The idea of competition is to fucking win. But I'm spending all the time on my back because that's the biggest hole in my fucking game.
Yeah.
And as much as I love catch wrestling, one, it doesn't fucking happen. It's almost non-existent. I've competed in every catch tournament I could, all fucking 4 of them, and 2 of which are at my gym. And you're right, the purists are the reason it's falling apart. And that's the thing, pure gi jiu-jitsu is fucking disgusting. I'd rather watch 2 fucking sloths just roll around because it's the exact same goddamn thing. I think you're right. I can take down people I want, but if I want to evolve my game, then I have to go outside of that. And that's where most people are. They're afraid. It's their ego. That's the thing about it.
Yeah, it's all ego. Nobody wants to be put in the bad positions. Nobody wants to get beat up in the gym, on fucking competition mats, anywhere. But I'm a firm believer that you need to fucking take your ass whooping somewhere. And I'd rather take my ass whoopings in the gym than in front of fucking hundreds of people when I'm competing, fuck that.
Yeah. So I've not competed at the high level until relatively recently. And what really exposed it, and I think you were there, was when at Olympus, when I went against Dan Martinez. I'm like, well, he sat down, so I can't take him down, fucker. And then I sat in Z shield for fucking 8 minutes or whatever because I couldn't pass because I couldn't take him down to pass. And then he put me on my back. And I watched the video later. I'm like, and Brian Brown's making fun of me. Fucker. But I'm watching, I'm like, holy shit, I can't do anything. I had a Matt Scaff seminar set up anyways, and I forget what the fuck he was going to teach. And then he went and taught hey, how to get off your fucking back from mount. And since that day, it's tough to fucking convince me to do anything in the gym except for play off my back, because that's my biggest hole. And that, if you want to be a well-rounded grappler, you have to do that. That's the thing about it. And I'm confident now that if somebody did put me on my back, probably not Dan, but maybe I definitely survive longer, that I can at least get to a better position, because that's what it's going to be. And I think people just keep making that mistake. It's the ego. If you're not getting tapped out in the gym, you're fucking up. Even if you're the best guy in the gym.
100%. Dude, we're both the fucking best people in our gym, and I try to get tapped as much as I fucking can, and not just from putting yourself in the bad positions and that aspect of it, but it also leads to innovation. Like when you're constantly getting fucked up and forcing yourselves to be in the bad position, in my mind, I want to be dangerous in every fucking position. If
Absolutely.
I'm bottom out, somebody's got my back, someone's fucking got me in side control, I'm attacking subs everywhere, or I'm at least getting into a better position. And if you can't do that, like, what happens when you meet the fucking Dan Martinez of the world? Like, dude, I had a match with Dan and he fucking triangled me in like 2 minutes. Like, and this is like fucking 4 years ago. And that was one of the turning points in my head. It's like, man, I need to get really good at getting out of these fucking bad positions and get good at these tricks, because I'm not the best guy in the world, but I want to beat these guys, and I'm not going to beat them on pure technique. I'm going to have to fucking trick them in one of these bad positions,
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing about it. Like, so recently, because we're still rolling in the gym, it's just the coaches and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I play off my back constantly. JD, he runs, he uploads a bunch of my stuff to the website and whatnot, and so he sees a lot of my stuff and he videos and all that stuff. But he, like, I can take him down whenever the fuck I please, because I outweigh him by like 80 pounds, and I've wrestled the vast majority of my life. And that, like, I fucking let him take me down, or I let him work. Sometimes I'll smash the fuck out of him, but like, he has submitted me. He's a fucking white belt. He has legit submitted me. And I'm like, fuck. All right. And I put myself in bad positions. But here's the thing. Every once in a while, you have to let the motherfuckers know who the king is. Like, all right, listen, today's not the fucking day. Put on fucking Dre and just fucking go. But it's important to get submitted. And it's important to let that ego go. Like, that's the thing. Like, I certain people, I'm like, you're not going to fucking submit me just because I don't fucking like you as a human. But like, I don't think there's anybody who's not brand fucking new who has not submitted me in the gym at some point. Like, and some of them legit, like, oh, that's a fucking nice leg lock. And my fucking girlfriend leg locks me constantly. It's bullshit. So I'm gonna sleep on the couch and do this shit again.
Dude, I fucking get made fun of by the coaches in my gym, because the people who've put me to sleep have all been white belts and teenagers, just because like, that's what fucking happens. Like, you put yourself in bad positions, started submissions, like, eventually you're going to take a fucking nap.
Yeah.
So before we talk about the next thing, what's your website? Catchwrestling.ninja, right?
Yeah, it's catchwrestling.ninja. Yep.
All right, cool. I'm going to just put this up here on the
Yeah.
bottom so people can go find that. All right, so let's talk about your MMA a little bit. You had like fucking what, 25 fights?
29, yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. All right.
Yeah, in a short fucking time.
Yeah, so you had your first fight like 3 months into catch wrestling training, and you said it was against a boxer, right?
Yeah.
So how long did you fight for?
So I retired like 5 years ago, 6 years, maybe longer now because I'm old. I started fighting in 2007 or 8, and I fought until like at least 2016. We did, so like I told you, my first coach, my wrestling coach, was my first coach and manager, and we did things wrong. We did things that we did in wrestling. Like, all right, we're gonna go fucking fight the toughest guys we can. We're gonna get fucking better. We're gonna improve, and we're gonna do it a lot. And what we forgot was, at the end of the season, your record doesn't reset. So we made a lot of fucking mistakes. We took short notice fights, and we fought a lot. And that was when I was a journeyman. I fucking fought for a living. Like, that was the thing about it. Like, hey, you're $800 to show up. Fuck it, I'll take it. Why? Because I owe fucking $1,100 in bills this month. Like, that's why. So we made mistakes, and I bought into the gym. But yeah, we fought a lot, man. And then we figured out how the game had changed. Like, when we first came up, like the Ultimate Fighter in the very beginning, there's good fighters on there. They won world titles. Like, now it's a fucking circus.
Yeah, it's now.
So like, you could be just above 500, or you can be at like fucking 6-3 and go to the UFC back then. Now they want guys with like fucking 18-4 records who fought like the kid with fucking Parkinson's and like is a shit. Like, fucking CM Punk was in the UFC. Let's just put it that way. Like, so, we fought a lot back then. We fought the best guys we could. So I went 2-5 in the very beginning, and that sucked. And then I went 9-3, and 11-8 does not get you in the UFC at that point, but 9-3 would have. And a lot of the guys I fought early on, they ended up in bigger fights because they took the smarter fights. So, but that's the thing about, I wouldn't change anything really, because like, I got to do cool shit that most people never fucking get to do. I got to travel. I got, check these out. These are fucking sweet. I don't know how many people have these. Like, these are fucking Muscle Farm shin guards. Like, I don't know how the fuck I got those. Like, why would you give me that money and that cool gear and stuff? But I got to travel. I went to Vegas a couple times. I watched Michael Bisping and who's the fucking guy that got caught jerking off in church? He's insane. I forget. Anyway, real good submission guy.
Oh, Mayhem Miller.
Mayhem Miller. Yeah, I watched them fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to see Ronda Rousey fight. I sat next to Gene LaBelle during that fight, which is super fucking cool. And he knew Pops, like my coach's coach, Billy Wicks. So that was kind of cool doing that. But yeah, man, I had a good time. You know, I got to hang out with Tex Johnson way too much.
Yeah, you guys were both fighting Bellator back then, right?
Yeah. We got signed at the same time. Dude, he's fucking crazy. We're in Bellator. It's on Valentine's Day. We're sitting there, and he goes out. He goes, I'm gonna flying triangle Brendan Ward. I'm like, no, you're okay, Tex. Just sure, he didn't fucking flying triangle, but he went a flying armbar. Like, I'm like, oh,
that was the fastest pitch in Bellator up until recently.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, well, good. And we just, it was fucking nuts. I beat up myself mostly, but I fought Chris Mierziak, something like that. He was my rep, like my salesman for Zen Planner when I was with those guys. We bullshit all the time. And I think he's with Fight to Win now. I think he's working there full time. But like, it was awesome, man. I fought Luigi Foravani on like 4 days' notice. You know, I got to hang out with a lot of cool people. Vanderlei was cool as shit. I got to eat some of Vanderlei offered me some of his waffle from Waffle House in Atlanta when I was fighting. I'm like, I'm fighting next. I would love to eat off your fork, but I can't. But you know, but yeah, it's an awesome opportunity. And you know, the mistakes I've made, that I know what to do now for my guys who want to compete. You know, I've got way higher standards. Like, hey, you're going to be in fucking shape. You're going to be coming to the gym X amount of times, which I did that anyways. But, you know, it was cool. I really enjoyed traveling and fighting and just the people I met. You know, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah, dude. And that's a really good point you make. Like all the things we fuck up coming up, competing and shit like that, that's all experience that we get to give back now as coaches. Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't think there's really any good coaches that were just like phenomenal competitors, you know, because they don't have like the mistakes they made. They don't have the lessons they learned. Like when you look at the best coaches, they were like mediocre competitors and shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
And like,
I'm 1,000 times a coach I was as a fighter.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. And it's really cool to see how you transition from the competitor, and you still compete and shit like that, but
yeah,
from like your professional MMA career into your full-time coaching. Now, how hard was that for you to go at first? Because I know now you're like super big into the business side. You're working with Belcher, you work with BMAC, and you're like really on top of shit. How hard was it for you at first going from like knucklehead fighter to business owner?
So I did at the same time. So long story short, I got into the catch side, got into MMA. Michael Allen moved to Charlotte. I bought him out of the first gym I trained at. You know, I gave him $1,000 and like $3,000 worth of equipment. So I'm like, yeah, it's an easy trade. And my coach, Johnny Husky, at the time, we basically were partners, and we met an investor. He really helped with a lot of my traveling expenses and doing cool shit. He put a Black Eye Promotions on, which was like kind of like the thought child for Invicta. Like those ladies worked with us too. We had Sarah McMahon, we had I can't remember fucking Morales, whatever. We had all kinds of high level fucking pro females on there. We got to hang out with Jessica Aguilar for fucking like 3 months. She's cool as shit. And then long story short, ugly lawsuit. Me and Husky lost. I fucking split it, went on my own, and that was in 2013. I was still fighting. So my buddy who owns Biltmore Fitness now, we moved in the back of his gym, and it was a fucking war room. Like one of my guys, he works for me now still. I blew out his fucking knee. I broke his ankle. That's just how we fucking trained. And none was malicious. It's just how we fucking trained. I had a cage in that shit because you had to have a fucking cage back in those days. And I did. I still have the post. I made posts like a pro wrestling post with like the 5 cables, just like fucking Pride, a white mat and shit. So we trained hard as fuck. And my thing was, you fucking trained hard or you didn't train at all. Like, there were zero fucking women and kids in that place. And then 'cause I was still fighting. I opened that gym because I had to have a place to train, and nobody else trained in Asheville how I wanted. And I was too stupid to fucking move. So, and then I moved to my last location where I was in the basement. And I started to calm down a little bit. We still beat the fuck out of each other every once in a while. And every once in a while, people knew I didn't know, but I had a bad day at fucking work. You were going to pay for it. And you know, but luckily I had a few psychos who were like smart, had good jobs, and like training hard, which is almost impossible to have. I had a bunch of fucking fighters. That's why I had no money. And I outgrew that. That's why I met BMAC. So I got like catch wrestling was the early leg lock game. Like us and Sambo, and my coach had, you know, Husky had Sambo and catch, and I was heel hooking fucking everybody. It was, dude, some of the ugliest fucking heel hooks and leg locks I've ever seen in my entire life. But we would do that, and I'm like, I need to figure out how to teach these fucking people. Like, just grab it and twist. What the fuck's wrong with you? Like, isolate above the fucking knee and twist. Why can't you figure that out? So I bought Leg Lock Academy, which is Alan Belcher, BMAC, and Nate Orchard, which it's fucking still great. I still use those drills. And I met BMAC. He was, hey, you know, do some seminars, and we did super cheap seminars and whatever. I lost my ass on those, but I had no clothes doing. And I kept seeing Alan Belcher fucking everywhere. I'm like, hey, join my group, join my group, join my group, pay me. I'm like, so I was BMAC. I'm like, is that legit? He goes, it changed my life. And at that point, I went from like 8 members who were paid consistently to 30 members. I moved from there to my new gym. And like I said, I hit just shy of 200 members recently. You know, we think we're about 158 now because of the Corona bullshit. But it was super hard for me to make that transition. And then I went to New Orleans on one of the mastermind trips that I could not have fucking afford. It was last year. I did 2018, and I got super fucking drunk. And my girlfriend at the time, who she works for me, she was with me, or my girlfriend now was with me, and she worked for me. And she asked me, why did you start this gym? Why did you start this gym? And I was fucking drunk, and I voice recorded this. You can fucking hear tears in my voice and shit. And it was, I opened my gym because I needed a place to fucking train. And I needed the community more than I needed to fucking train. And at that point, I realized, I'm like, you know what? If I'm not the only fucking psycho out there, like, so I'm like, I looked around at people who were with me at that time. I'm like, man, they wanted the fucking community. So once I realized that the gym was about community and self-improvement and just having a fucking out from the 9 to 5 that makes you want to fucking go on killing sprees, I realized that made the shift for me. Because, and I tell my guys, I don't give a fuck if you ever good at jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai or MMA. You will, because of the nature of how we run our gym. Like, that's the thing about it. I tried not to be a competitive gym. Dude, our gym was like a fucking trophy shop. Like, God damn it. In 2 years, so, but I started to shift over to why are you training? When we were fighting in the beginning, when I was fighting in the beginning specifically, I was fighting demons, dude. Like, I fucking hated myself. Like, that's the truth. And I see a lot still with my athletes. I'm like, man, fucking 10 years from now, you'll look back at this. Hopefully we can do it in 2 years or 4 years. But that was a tough transition, was going from a fight gym to a community. That was tough. Our guys were ride or die back then, all kinds of stupid shit we would do, but that was a tough transition. But once I understood the why, that was the easiest fucking thing I ever did. Like, I've got a 60-some-year-old woman who trains with us. Like, she trains there more than anybody. She wouldn't have fucking made it in there. Hell, 90% of the people, 95% of people wouldn't have made it in my fucking gym when I first started. I was like, actually, I found one of the hoodies from the original gym, dude. I'm like, God, if you have this, you're a fucking OG.
Yeah, I saw you post that yesterday.
Yeah. So, but that once you figure out your why you're doing things, it makes everything so much fucking easier. Well, that's life and business, whatever it is.
Yeah, dude, I totally agree. And I mean, I feel like we had a similar path with the gyms and shit like that. Like, I remember I was a purple belt and I was running a gym, and it was mostly fighters. And I think one of the big things is everybody goes in thinking they want to run an MMA gym and shit like that. And then when you finally horrible idea. When you finally realize there's no fucking money in the fighters and you're losing money and it's the biggest headache in the fucking world, and you're like, okay, this is cool, but like you're saying, the community is the why, or whatever your why is. If your why is not dealing with basically grown ass babies who can't fucking show up to practice on time or make a weight for a fucking fight, don't fucking get into the
Dude,
MMA.
if you don't make weight in my gym, you're never competing again.
Yeah, dude. Like
I've never missed weight a single fucking time in my life. I've been weighing in since Little League football. I've never missed fucking weight. That's like the two things you can control as a fighter are your conditioning and your weight. That's the only fucking things you can control. And that's one thing still to this day I have fucking hard about. But yeah, you're right, dude. If you want, look at fucking karate gyms. Why are these motherfuckers driving like Benzes and shit? They couldn't beat up anybody in my kids' class. Like, why? Because they're fucking there for community. One, they're goddamn snake oil salesmen. And two, they have a business. It's a community. That's the thing about it. I used to knock Taekwondo and karate hard as shit. And I still do. But what they're getting out of it, the exact same thing we're getting out of it. Like, guess what? When somebody needs to move, they post in our member group, hey, man, I need to move on today because of the shit show. Can I borrow a truck or somebody help me? I'll pay you in fucking beer and tacos. Like, that's what they're fucking doing it for. Now they got 500 little 7-year-old black belts I can fuck up, but that's not why anybody's in the gym. And nobody realizes that starting out.
Yeah, 100%. And dude, I've seen both sides of it because when I first got into the business, I was a blue belt and I got a job as like a gym manager for a fucking franchise gym called Pro Martial Arts. And they would send me to these training locations across the US. And I would look at this shit. I'm like, how the fuck are these gyms that are literally McDojos? Like, I didn't realize I was working at a McDojo at the time. I was like, oh, franchises and shit like that. But I would get there and there's these fat ass black belts on the mat doing their little forms. An example is a mixture of the two, you know, like you can't be that hardcore MMA gym, but you can't be that fucking McDojo down the road either. No. You know, you got to find that balancing act. And like, dude, one of my brown belts is 60 years old and he's been with me through the MMA days to now. And I think of some of the shit I put him through back then. I'm like, man, dude, I can't believe he's still fucking with me.
The Geneva Convention will put us in fucking jail.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, all right. So before we get to like questions from like the people watching, I want to hear your best like gym story because I'm just thinking of one now because I remember I was like a purple belt at the time and my thing was to show up to sparring practices that I was running with like 4 or 5 beers in me because I felt like this was the best way for me to spar because I was loose and I would do that. Like I probably went through like a 6-month kick of showing up to sparring practice, fucking like not hammered, but a little tipsy and just like beating the fuck out of my guys I wanted to fight. And for some reason I thought, you know what, this is going to be what makes you guys better, sparring with me when I'm fucking drunk. So I want to hear your fucking dumbass gym story.
Dude, we've got a bunch of those. Yeah. Like so my first fucking gym where I trained at, I hadn't bought it yet. We still have this fucking reputation. Like, oh, those guys at Husky will fuck you up. They'll fuck you up. They'll fuck you up. And we would, but it was never malicious. It was just whatever. So we went and we fucked a couple guys up at other gyms by accident, or they would come in. And my coach was sitting there, just fucking reamed my ass about fucking somebody else up. I'm like, I don't fucking tell you. It's how we train. I'm sorry. And another guy who trains off and on went to another gym out in the next town over and fucking broke one of their coach's ribs. I'm like, God damn it. You know, I didn't know this. So this fucking dude, this is like early or mid 2000s. So like, this is how stupid people were. He fucking dojo stormed us. He's gonna come over. So one of our guys, allegedly me, and we did look similar, but like allegedly he goes there and breaks your fucking coach's ribs. And you're gonna come over here and fucking defend his honor? That's a terrible goddamn idea. So my coach is yelling at me. We do warm up. So my coach is fucking yelling at me because that's what happens. And we start rolling. So dude's going fucking ham, like trying to fuck me up. I'm like, I'm going to just choke you 700 fucking times. I'm going to leg lock you over and over. And like the guy who broke the other fucking dude's rib comes in and goes, oh yeah, I did that shit. I'm like, Jim, you Billy. So I'm sitting there and my coach goes, like, cut him. I'm like, yes, this is great. So I hit the most terrible rolling toe hold you have ever fucking seen because I didn't know what I was doing then. Dude, and I popped it. It sounded like someone twisted a 2x4 in half. Like, you've heard that terrible noise. Oh, yeah, that fucking video where you snap that dude's leg was
Yeah.
fucking gross. So he goes, well, we start on our feet. I'm like, oh my God, this is glorious. So I fucking double leg this dude on his fucking head and I neck cranked the shit out of him. Like, that was just like the most brutal fucking thing. And he goes to the bathroom to like grab a water and he leaves all his gear. Like, he's fucking rolled out, like hobbled out, I guess. And then we divided all his fucking gear up amongst us. But like, that first year, that's the shit we would do because we didn't know anybody. We paid $25 a month for a gym membership, and the gym owner was a cool, like, old school, like, karate type guy, but actually legit, like, punch you and fuck you up. And he's let us have it, So, but we did all kinds of fucked up shit like that, man. We didn't give a shit. We just trained hard as fuck. Like, that's just what we did.
Dude, I remember one time we were fucking, like, obviously sparring way too hard.
Every day.
Oh, yeah, every fucking day. And I thought that was
4-ounce gloves only.
Yep. And no shin guards, nothing. I got hit with a
Pussies.
spinning hook kick right to the jaw. And this is the closest thing I ever went to going out. I saw blue, and then I leaned back onto the wall. I guess I made a fucking dent in the wall or something, but I came right back out, woke up, and fucking was throwing right hands. Like, it's fucking retarded ass shit we did. All right, so I'm going to go into some questions here from people who are watching. All right, this person wants to know your thoughts on going to a gym more focused on combatives and less on competition, like self-defense. I don't know if they mean like a fucking Gracie Academy or if they mean like a Krav Maga school, but what are your thoughts on that?
Gracie Academy, don't go. No, so I've got a couple opinions on Krav Maga. Krav Maga is like wrestling, honestly. It's an immersion sport.
Yeah.
You're not going to get good at wrestling 2 hours a week. You're not going to get at Krav Maga 2 hours a week. Like, that's the fucking truth. I've got a couple guys here, like, in this area who go to Israel and shit. They're fucking badass. Like, when they come back, they look like they've been drugged behind a truck for 4 days.
Yeah.
So there's that. And my thing about, like, I don't teach self-defense at my gym because self-defense is fucking bullshit. Self-defense is Nike and a Glock. Like, that's just what it is. But if you think about it this way, if you spend 6 months in jiu-jitsu, or hesitant on boxing, but I use jiu-jitsu as my base, or wrestling, whatever. If you spend 6 months doing something twice a week, you are so much better than the average person. And if you spend a year doing it twice a week, then my girlfriend, she's fucking, I don't know what she 130 pounds, some shit. Corona weight, leave her alone. But I'm confident, with the exception of like some giant fucking dude, she's gonna fuck him up in the street because he's gonna grab her, she's gonna fucking arm drag him, take his back, and strangle him unconscious. And then we're gonna take his fucking pants, rob him, and then leave him there. Like, so that's the thing about it. If you can do stuff in competition, like against another human who knows what they're doing, absolutely we'll do it to a stranger. Like, do I recommend pulling guard? No. But honestly, if you pull guard for some fucking terrible reason and they end up in your guard actually, and you can sweep them, shit, you're on top. Now you're mount. Like, you have no problem with it. So I think that if you're going to, it depends on your journey, realistically. If you just want to hang out with people and learn nothing, go to karate school. But like, if you're looking for something to actually help you self-defense wise, I absolutely would get into something with a competition aspect, because I think competition makes it different. Like, I roll very different in the gym than I do in competition. So, and there's a different tension. Like your first competition, you're gonna be so fucking nervous. You're gonna have cotton mouth and pee 700 times. Like, that's gonna be more realistic than that's gonna be more realistic to somebody trying to take your fucking purse.
Yeah, 100%. And I totally echo that. I mean, self-defense, like you said, fucking Glock and Nikes. But the other thing, and my coach, fucking old school like yours, he always used to say, all right, best form of self-defense, hit them with the fucking earth,
Oh,
throw
yeah.
them on their fucking head, So, like,
you've seen that stat, like 80% of fights end up on the ground. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
So that data came from police research. And police have to detain you, so they have to grab you, so they have to put your handcuffs on.
Mm-hmm.
So best place to do it is on the ground for a resisting person. And so only like 30% of fights end up on the ground. But of the 30% of fights that end up on the ground, 90-some%, a high 90% of those people who initiate and complete the takedown win that fight. Yes. So if you want to fucking win a fight, learn a double leg. And it's not hard.
Dude, I fucking tell everybody that. What's the best form of self-defense? A good fucking double leg,
Oh,
as long as there's not multiple people.
Yeah. if that's the case, double leg and then put that Nike on their face as you run by because I'm out.
Exactly. All right, here's another question. They want you to define what a purist is. And I mean, this will kind of get us in. We're live in the catch group right now, too. So go ahead and talk to those morons.
Yes. So purist, like, hey, this is the only way. This was like Gracie 1991. Like, you're going to sit on your back, you're going to do an arm bar, and you're going to do a triangle, and you're never going to die. There's a reason they didn't fucking let Kurt Angle in the first UFC. Like, he would have suplex fucking Gracie Royce over and over and over, and he didn't want. Now, let me tell you this. From a catch perspective, I'm glad he didn't because UFC would have fucking died because jiu-jitsu is super fucking easy compared to wrestling. Like, there would not be 190 people in my gym for wrestling. It doesn't fucking happen. So a purist thinks that there's only one way to go. It's basically, I look at purists like fucking religion. Like, this is the only way. There's no variance from this. You know, fucking God, Allah, fucking Aloha Snack Bar, whoever made the earth, and that's the fucking thing. And the thing about catch wrestling is there's so many fucking purists, and you guys are thriving. Like, your catch purists are fucking thriving in coronavirus because you can only be on a computer. That way you can't say, "Oh, I can't train." Motherfuckers don't train. That's the thing about it. Like, I put out solo drills. I put out all kinds of things. I put out basic catch wrestling. All right. The vast majority of shit I put out is wrestling because you're not hitting Indian Deathlock on anybody who's not fucking retarded. Like, that's just how it is. So a purist is like a gi only guy, a no gi only guy, which I'm pretty fucking close. But I'll compete. I'll compete in the gi every fucking time. I actually lost my first gi match because I didn't understand the rules. So, and it was to a guy I beat before. So he's gi only, refuses to take that motherfucker off. He's a purist. The bitch takes that gi off, is fucked. But a purist means that this is the only way to do it. Like that, a devout fucking follower. They're cult like, honestly. So.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah. So as far as the catch guys go, like, well, I can't slam or I can't pin. I'm not going to do it. Well, you can't fucking do any of those things because you're 90 years old and 88% body fat. And it was and like you had Joel Bain on. Like, Jake Shannon's fucking crippled. If I breathe on him too hard, he'll die. But like Joel Bain, black belt in jiu-jitsu, very good at fucking jiu-jitsu. Played off his. I seen him in a gi before. Watch out, motherfuckers. Josh Barnett, he's fucking pretty good at jiu-jitsu. He wears a gi sometimes. I don't know where he gets that big motherfucker, but he gets it. You know, it's one of those things that you have to learn. And this is what I tell my wrestlers, because I have a wrestling club at my gym. I'm like, well, do you think jiu-jitsu is good for wrestlers? If you can get on the fucking mat, get on the fucking mat. I don't care if it's Sambo. I did belt wrestling one time. I'd never fucking heard of belt wrestling. I did. I won that shit. It was great. Why? Because it's throwing. Well, there's different rules. The body only goes a certain fucking way. Like, your elbows go a certain way, your knees go a certain way, and fucking physics and weight are just there, you know? So, and that's the thing about it. That's so the whole purist thing, I can't fucking stand it. Like,
yeah, I can't fucking stand it either. Like, I always tell my guys, like, I totally ripped it off from Pancrase. We are hybrid wrestlers, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's
our
way
catch.
to be.
Do I have that? No, I have it in here. Like, Husky's first logo, it was Team Husky and then hybrid wrestling on it was the old Pancrase logo.
Yeah, man. And I think that mindset is definitely the way to become probably the baddest motherfucker you can be. And
yeah,
man, it's like you were talking about competing in different rule sets. Like, I think a real grappler can compete across any rule set. And the definition of a good technique to me is something that works across all rule sets and body types. If it doesn't work against certain body types or in a certain rule set, then it's probably not a good technique, you know?
No, exactly. And like somebody putting something on you and me is going to be, you're going to have to make small adjustments to go against like Dan Martinez, who's tall and skinny, it's, or Stefan Struda, giant motherfucker. Like, things are going to be different.
Yeah.
But the moves are the same. Like, a rear naked choke's a rear naked fucking choke. Like, that's just what it is. You cut off both carotids, and that's the thing about it. Like,
but John, yeah, that's a sleeper hold. How dare you?
How fucking dare you? Arm triangle. Kimura broke the fucking internet.
What? Double wrist lock? What? All right, here's a question from Casey Horn. He goes to a lot of camps. One of the things I've noticed a lot, you see a lot in catch wrestling, but almost none of other systems, a sophisticated leg lock toe hold game from wrestling leg rides. Those techniques haven't seemed to transition to the realm of no-gi grappling or MMA. What do you think?
Rule set.
Yeah.
Because the reason you don't, so think about this. Why don't you see high level leg entries in scholastic wrestling? Because you can't fucking do leg locks, right? So if I put a leg ride in, like say me and Josh are doing MMA, I put a leg ride in him or vice versa. It's not advantageous for him to attack my legs because it's lower percentage against high level guys. Like look at the moves at the very fucking top. You see triangles, you see arm bars, you see rear naked chokes, and you see leg locks. And the only time you're seeing leg locks at the MMA world is when somebody doesn't know how to fucking defend a leg lock. Like that's the beginning. Those are your purists, you know. It comes down to rule set. Like I play a lot of truck or buck, which half back, how you want to look at it. And that allows me to, one, choke you, and two, attack your fucking legs if I want to. Crotch rippers, banana splits, you know, career enders, all kinds of shit like that. And it comes down to rules. Yes.
Yeah, what we're talking about, so I just put it up there.
Yeah, exactly. The truck and twister series is fucking leg rides, you know. And here's the thing about it. Getting into the 10 planet system, and when BMAC did his truck seminar, that opened up my leg rides because the entries are different. The idea of how you look at things is very different. And that's why I think if you can do grappling, if you can do jiu-jitsu as a wrestler coming up, dude, absolutely fucking do that. You know?
Yeah, jiu-jitsu is basically fucking funk wrestling, you know?
Yeah. Well, look, you got kids hitting fucking Imanari takedowns.
Yeah,
now,
dude.
You know? I think that's one thing that made Ben Askren such a good fucking jiu-jitsu guy was he had no clue what the fuck he was doing for wrestling. He's really goddamn good at it. But no, I when I was at Southern Scuffle in college, I watched him and Max, his brother, drill. He drilled that crazy bullshit. Like it wasn't like he just fucking felt it, which he did. But like you have to drill that thing. And it's like on some of my rash guards, on some of the like posters in the gym and shit, it says drillers make killers, you know. And you always fall back to the lowest form of training when you're tired or bad things happen. So, but yeah, I think the twister is that leg ride series that's going to become more popular. You know, and like Eddie Bravo talked about in his very first book before everything, all these crazy fucking flat earth names was he said that like a lot of this came from middle school wrestling. And the reason they didn't call the twister the guillotine was because there was a guillotine and Brazilians can't speak English. So I like to refer to them as pajama Mexicans.
That's fucking awesome. I'm gonna steal that.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, dude. I fucking love leg rides, and I have a couple kids who wrestle in high school now, and I told them like, if you want, because it's at a school that just kind of started the wrestling program, so they're in there with like fucking shitty training partners and shit that.
Yeah.
Like, look, dude, if you want to get really good. Get good at leg rides, the fucking twister series, and go into the truck because you can pin your opponents from that position without really sacrificing too much for you. And all you got to do is fucking make it through the first period and choose, you know, referee's position as your position, you know? So like,
that's huge. That's one thing that really people miss, and it's changing. Like the guys who are really good in college are fucking savage on top.
Yes.
Like my buddy Rob Tate, dude, we argue all the time. He's a really good ref. He coaches at Queens College now, I believe, still in Charlotte. You always go for the fucking pin. You always go for the fucking pin, which is he's 100% right, especially in school wrestling. But I'm like, Rob, didn't you have like the most techs in college? Yeah, I know, but that's because I couldn't pin anybody. But like he was savage on top, man. Like, and a lot of it came off of leg rides and cradles, you know. But yeah, I think leg rides are. I think they're going to be a big evolution in the game. I think the next evolution in no-gi jiu-jitsu specifically is wrestlers who can pass legs, who can not be leg locked, because that's the thing. My game right now, I'm attacking your head. Anacondas, Darces, mounted guillotines, and Kimura's a double wrist lock. Like that's the game because I don't want to fuck with your feet. I have a solid leg lock game, but it's 250-50 there. You know, I've made so many mistakes in my life, and leg locks are most of them.
I think that's definitely 100% true because I mean, leg locks really aren't that hard to defend. Once you have like a decent leg lock game, you know how they work, you know how to defend them. And
I did real well with Quentin. Well, that's when we were at BMAX.
Yeah.
Like, now he leg locked me, but if we had 10 leg lock exchanges, I got out of 7 of them.
Yeah. Dude, Quentin's one of the best leg lockers. So, I mean, that's fucking good.
Dude, fuck his leg lock. His back game is unreal.
And I've heard his gi game is fucking insane too. Like,
I don't know. I ain't putting that fucking thing on.
Me
He got
neither.
too many. He's got too many fucking things, dude. Although I got supernatural survival gear, that camo gi. I wear that motherfucker all the time because it's so fucking dope. But,
all right. So here's a question, real quick.
All right.
Do you or BMAC have a series out to watch on the truck entry and options from there? I know BMAC.
His seminar that he did at my school, I believe, is on his website. And right now, I'm not supposed to, I don't know if I can tell you, but he may or may not be working on a truck series right now. I was talking to him this morning. So that's my favorite series. Like, yeah, truck's my favorite.
Yeah,
Because I
BMAC's got a
play-
really good truck game too.
So Brian Ashland, who works for me, we met at BMX Truck Seminar. We did like 4 hours or 5 hours of fucking truck, and neither of us could walk up the stairs on the way out. And his truck series changed how I fucking do so many things with it. Like, I'm brutal with it. I got away from it in my gym because it's cheating, because whatever. But we also have a rule of the gym, a burrito rule, which I stole from BMAC, which I forget where he stole. If you get twisted in the gym, you have to bring that person a burrito.
That's
So
fucking
that's-
awesome.
Yeah, dude. Me and Brian went on a tear one day. Neither of us ever have to buy food again. But,
I'm gonna add that in my fucking gym.
Oh,
when we're done with this.
yeah, I'm gonna put it back. But yeah, like that, dude. His truck series is really good. I play mine very differently than his because of my wrestling style. I like playing off a front headlock. He showed me a front headlock, like arm drags, like entry to basically like referees cross body. I'm like, oh, that's fucking dope. So I hit mine a lot from there. I hit mine a lot from bottom judo side. I'm like, oh, put me in judo side. Oh,
Yes.
thanks for the truck. Oh, you owe me
Dude,
a burrito,
I do that
bitch.
shit all the fucking time. Like anytime somebody puts me in a scarf hold, I'm just like, all right, immediately right into the fucking truck and twist her in your ass.
I'm like, oh no. And if you miss it, just grab him and fucking roll him over your head. Dude, I
Mhm.
fucking love
mhm.
I give up judo side all the time. Even some guys that really like Vernon Kirk's got a really good judo side. He goes,
Vernon,
how do you
man,
get-
what was the
how-
fucking judo black belt?
yeah. He goes, how are you getting out of that? I'm like, this shit I learned from a fucking high school wrestling coach that shouldn't work, or a arch and throw. So I'm like,
Yeah.
"Ah, man."
All right, one last thing before I let you go. I want your best
Yeah, man.
pop story.
My bad. Pops. So
Yeah.
he's a fucking dirty old bastard. So I'll give you one about him, and then one he fucking keeps attacking me with to this day. I got PTSD. So Pops, when I met him, he was old as fuck, and then he got older as fuck as he got older until he died. And he was on a walker, and he would do all kinds of fucked up things. Like he if you were on your back, he would try to hobble over to you with like a 6-inch straight pin and stab you with that motherfucker on a cane because he didn't want you on your back. So Pops, he's done, like he can barely fucking move. He's got a buddy, his John, that drives him around to the store and shit. And this dude cuts him off or does something fucking ignorant. And Pops walks up to the grocery store, puts his fucking walker down, and leans up against the fucking door. And John is watching. What the fuck is he doing? And he goes, fuck. All right. Well, Pops goes in, comes back. And he goes, what were you doing? Like, are you okay? He goes, yeah. He goes, that motherfucker cut us off. He goes, yeah. He goes, well, I was going to grab him, bite his fucking nose off, and pull him to the ground. I'm like, holy Pops, you're fucking like 78 years old. That's what the fuck. And he was generally mad the guy went out the other fucking door. But like Pops would fucking, he'd sit there, but hey, give an old man a kiss. This is what he did to me all the fucking time. God, I don't know how the fuck I kept falling for it. He'd be like, and would kiss you on the fucking mouth. But God damn it, Pops! Because the first time he got me, it's whatever, it is what it is. The second time he fucking got me, I'm like, don't fucking do that shit. I'm not going to. Go on, motherfucker. But that was at a seminar he did at my gym where he's telling kids to fucking smoke pot. It's on YouTube. I forget who put it up. Fucking, I don't remember.
Dude, do you ever think about when we're fucking like 70 years old, how fucking disgusting we're going to be?
Oh, yeah. So
Can't fucking wait.
Yeah, dude. I say one of the guys I train with, he's fucking savage as shit. He's 49 years old. His shoulder sticks out like this, like, because he's got 3 class 3 separations or some shit. He played rugby, like legit played rugby from Wales. Guinness paid him to come to the United States. He fucking played rugby there and was coaching and shit. And he goes, I can't wait to get old. I'm just going to shoplift and shit myself constantly.
Speaking of old fucking bastards, B-Max watching now. Him at fucking 70 is going to be disgusting too.
Why is Scott Epstein so good looking? Is that what you asked, B-Mac? B-Mac, I told people working on a truck thing. Maybe I didn't mean to. Forgot.
I persuaded him, you know.
Yeah, he said.
They say shit they shouldn't.
Yeah. So, but yeah, dude.
Cool, man.
Man, it was a blast. Had a good time.
It was a good time, dude. I'll definitely have to have you on soon.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Where can people, obviously, catchwrestling.ninja, we got that down there.
Yeah.
Anywhere else people can get info on your shit? Where should they follow you?
Instagram, at Johnny Buck, the number 2. And then that's really about it for now. I'm starting my website, IHateJohnnyBuck.com. Right now, it just redirects you to catchwrestling.ninja, but that's what I'm doing my podcast. I'm going to have my shop up there. I'm going to have everything up there. Just because, like I said, it's funny. I'm working on a Bronco right now. I got a 95 Bronco.
I saw that, yeah.
People like, it's so weird when you see you guys doing something besides, wrestling or jiu-jitsu. So, like, and none of us are doing a single fucking, like, dynamic, except BMAC. BMAC only does jiu-jitsu, and things related. But, like, there's a lot more to it. I think the more, like, of us we show, like, hey, listen, you're a mechanic. Doing fucking jiu-jitsu is cool. Doing catch wrestling is cool. Oh, you're in. That is a stupid offer. Hey, use my offer link. I want fucking royalties. But, like, if you do something else and you can make these connections with people, that's a big thing. That's what we do in the gym. Like, hey, we Facebook stalk you. Like, hey, how'd you hear about this? Facebook? Look you up. All right, what we have in common with you? How can we get you in here? And that's one thing I feel like if you don't sign up at my gym, I feel like I did you a disservice. Like, you need to be here more than I need you here. So, but yeah, man, I think that's be cool. It's just, catchwrestling.ninja is my website. I got I got the Executioner / Dragon Sleeper. I got a great Kimura double wrist lock series, which that's my highest percentage submission is double wrist lock and Kimura. Then I've got face lock and a few other things in it. They're free. Just come. You'll get emails from me, but I've not had anybody complain about the website. I'm starting to reorganize a little bit. So, like, all my single leg shit is in one spot. My double leg shit's gonna be. I started double legs when Corona happened, so it's not complete yet. And then we're really upgrading our filming and audio equipment, so it's gonna be a way better product. I'm just following suit with BMAC, honestly. So.
BMAC's the man. I'm gonna have to get him on here soon. He's fucking
I wouldn't
genius.
do it. He's a piece of shit. He's the worst human I know.
And on that note, Johnny Buck, good having you, bro. I'll have you back here soon.
Yeah, man. Sounds good. All right, John.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right, guys. That was Johnny Buck. So one more time on shit that you can do to support me, NogiNation.com. And I know you guys fucking love the fuck the IBJJF rash guards. We have them back in stock. So I'm going to go ahead and cast my screen here real quick for you guys. And you can go ahead and take a look. One sec. Here we go. All right. Rash guard section. So the rash guards we have in stock, the Foundling, my Baby Yoda shit. We got the Star-Lord BJJ rash guard in stock. Long sleeve, fuck the IBJJF. Short sleeve, fuck the IBJJF. We do custom rash guards and as well as adding your name to one of these rash guards and shit like that. So if you guys want to support, you like the podcast, that's where you do it. I'm going to be back this evening with Mr. John Calistine, the EBI champ at 100. I believe that was 35, but I might be wrong. Might have been 45. I don't remember. But I'll be back tonight around 5:30 p.m. with John Calistine. So make sure you guys tune in. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys soon.